Okay, so today we're going to talk about unconventional ways of learning and practicing English. I know that many of you guys don't have a speaking partner to practice with, and that might be a problem for many of us, especially if we're living in a non-English speaking country. So I have decided to create this video to help you find the ways of practicing English in a way that is non-demanding and self-sufficient, and that will also create a lovely platform for you to go out into the world from and to interact with people from. So the first thing that you're going to do is you're going to let your subconsciousness do the job. Just think back to an experience when you were at school and you were listening to a teacher doing a lecture and doodling. That's something that I'm going to highlight in this video too. What you will have to do is allow yourself to engage your mind, your conscious mind, with a task such as doing a Sudoku, playing Jewels Deluxe, anything like that. And while you'll be doing that, listening to some English to come and seep into your consciousness. So the next thing to notice is that you have an inner voice. And I know that you do. It's a fun internal companion, maybe not so fun at other times, but I want you to realise that inner voice is a magnificent tool to use in your English work. Notice that your inner voice has an accent. When you read or when you write or when you speak to yourself in English, just actually you could do that right now as an experiment, notice that it has an accent. It speaks with a particular accent, and most often our inner voice or our internal voice is a representation of our spoken voice. So it will resemble your voice. If this is the first time you've ever done this, you can test your inner voice. Notice, is it male or female? What intonations does it have? Just pay attention to your inner voice and express some interest in its qualities. How does that relate to your accent work? When I was a little kid, I discovered something very fun. I noticed that I could imitate anyone's voices. My favourite game used to be impressions. I really loved recording radio dramas. I used my uncle's tape recordings to put my radio dramas all over them, and I got told off for that. But the point is that by doing that, I was able to actually experiment with my inner voice, and I noticed that it was not fixed. And by noticing that my inner voice was not fixed, I was able to add certain qualities to it. And I think that's one of the reasons why some people have told me that my accent sounds British. So that's something that I'm going to encourage you to do. Pay attention to your inner voice and notice what accent it has. And then start working with that accent. Find an accent model, a man or a woman whose accent you really love, and start substituting your inner voice with their voice in your mind as it happens in your head, wherever you're located. Most likely you are located here. To take this practice even further, start speaking to yourself in that voice. You will notice that both pronunciation and vocabulary-wise, your voice, your inner voice, will become more consistent with your accent models. And there will come a time, I guarantee that, when you will just feel that the time has come, oh God, for that incredible word or expression, and you'll have no idea why. You feel an urge to blurt it out, but you will. You will. And you will actually develop this sense of whether something is right or wrong in terms of grammar or vocabulary, in terms of the word choice, just because you will feel that you have adopted certain features of that model's inner voice, of that model's voice, rather, as your inner voice. And you would develop this sense for what is right and wrong, which is another beautiful side effect of this practice. Now, the third thing that I want to encourage you to do is guided meditations. I've recently posted an article on my blog where I talked a lot about guided meditations and how incredible they are for working on our psyche, for working on our shadow, for working on things that are hidden in our subconscious, but actually guided meditations that are available in English are also a fantastic way to practice English as just a side effect of learning something about yourself. I really recommend Jason Stevenson's YouTube guided meditations and visualizations. They're incredible when you're about to go to sleep, so you can just play them in your earphones and enjoy yourself. And the fourth thing that I feel is super amazing is just after you have tinkered with your inner voice a tiny bit, you can actually start saying affirmations in your inner voice. Most people's self-esteem is super low. We're so unconfident. Our self-esteem is very low, and we trust so much to the third party, to just another person, to tell us what to think about us. And that takes away from us being able to, well, first and foremost, find out that we are the creators of our own mind, the creators of our own emotions, the creators of our own thoughts and of everything that goes on. But we don't realise that, so let's not go into the existential side of things today. But the second thing that we start realising when we learn that we are actually the ones who can be trusted is we discover our own uniqueness, the uniqueness of our personality. And that's something that everybody wants, no matter how much we just want to be successful or we want to be like someone else. It's our very uniqueness that, once allowed to shine, will bring so much joy and happiness to our world. Therefore, self-esteem is so important. So try out those 4 unconventional ways of bringing more English into your reality and let me know in the comment section how that will have worked for you specifically. That was Lilia from Engtelligent. Please subscribe to my channel if you're interested in studying English from a deeper perspective and an integral perspective, and I will talk to you very soon again.